to this channel, Freya's Crone. My name is Melody. For those of you who are new to this channel, welcome. And welcome back to my returning subscribers for my other channel. I'm grateful for each and every one of you guys and all the love and support that you've been giving me on this YouTube journey. So when you come into this live stream, please give me a Fonzie. Either double tap the screen or just simply hit that thumbs up. If you're not yet subscribed, hit that button, a little notification bell. Leave me a comment in the comment section below and let me know how this general reading resonates with you. And as always, after the video processes and uploads, by all means, go right ahead and share it with who you think will resonate with the message or maybe needs an uplifting message for today. Today is April 10th, 2026, and this particular message is for the element of Earth, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorns. All right. So today is a Friday. So happy Friday, everybody, or TGIF. For those of you who know what it means, it says, thank goodness it's Friday, or just happy Friday, everybody. Happy Goddess Day. I'm just going to hit all angles here. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get started with your message. So what Divine Feminine, because it's Goddess Day, wants to come through for the Earth element of Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So before I started the reading, I was thinking about today's date. 410, which boils down to a 1, 4, 1, 1 with the energetic year of a 1. So 411 talks about information that is coming in. The 411, some sort of message, some sort of knowledge is coming your way this weekend or today. All right. So let's go ahead and pull your goddess card, our signs. What goddess wants to come through for the element of Earth? One, please. One card, please, and thank you. What goddess wants to come through for the element of Earth and bring the message in for today? What goddess is bringing that 411 into the element of Earth? All right. So we on the bottom of the deck we have, I don't know, the state of authenticity. I am authentic self in all circumstances. So this is at your fingertips today. Look, she has something in her hands. It kind of looks like a letter or a book or something that is written down on paper. So this is kind of awesome because the goddess that actually fell out is Sappho or Sappho. I don't know how to pronounce that, so I apologize, God. The poetess, right? Poetry. 411, right? So there could definitely, absolutely be some sort of wisdom or message coming your way. All right. So it says, I love every inch of my body. I love the woman in my life fiercely. So today, collective earth signs, it's about addressing your divine feminine, showing her some love, right? Showing her some attention, paying attention to your intuition, because we're talking about the goddess energy here. Loving who you are, addressing that, being that empress, divine feminine. Doesn't matter if you're a male or female, because feminine and masculine is not gender related, it's energy. We as humans are supposed to be balanced in that masculine and feminine energy. So she has the color red on, which just so happens to be the root chakra, and we're talking about Earth. All right, the Earth sign. So I love every inch of my body. I love the woman in my life fiercely. So pay attention to your intuition, because I feel like there could be some sort of message coming in, maybe in a poem form, maybe in a song form, depending on who you are. The color red, it can represent two things, either aggression or passion. Also rules Mars. Mars, I think, is in Aries or moving into Aries, which is his home planet. So something, it's like something you know. Identify with who you are as the divine in your authenticity. Identify with the fact that you have maybe some sort of a power to be a poet or songwriter or something along them lines, or a clear channel is something else that's coming through. Some knowledge coming straight down to your crown chakra, going the whole way down to your earth star chakra. All right. So, all right. So my throat chakra is acting up. I wholeheartedly apologize. So let's cancel and rebuke it. Any throat chakra interference. All right. If you're wondering what that is, it's dragon's blood. So 411, and then let's see what the number of this beautiful goddess is 182. So 9 and a 2, 1 and an 8 adds up to a 9, plus a 2 is 11. 1 1. So today is April 10th, energetic year of 1. So master number 11 is coming through here for the element of earth. Oh, 182. I don't know why I put on 192. Something about um, Diana could be significant. So I love every inch of my body and the woman in my life fiercely. I love the woman in my life. All right. So this beautiful goddess embodies a deep love, admiration, and sensuality that exists between women. It is believed that this beautiful goddess was born around 630 BCE on the Greek island of Lesbos. She was referred to antiquity in the 10th muse and the poetess, just as Homer was referred to as the poet. She is one of the Greek lyrics, so definitely maybe a channeled song, a poem, something coming through, and one of the few known female poets of the ancient world. She read her poems rhythmically while accompanied by a lyre in a form that is now known as a sapphic meter. So it's some sort of song could be coming through here. She is celebrated for the sexuality and the sensuality in her poetry, especially her love for women and the female body. Fill, fill the goblet up. These laughing lips shall kiss the brim. Come, Venus, come. Venus is currently in Taurus. Taurus is about possessions, finances. Um, Venus also rules all kinds of relationships, family, lover, business, friend. So I could be talking to somebody who likes same sex uh, people, okay? No judgment. I don't care. This is one of the fragments that remains of her voluminous collection of poetry. Ecclesiastical authority in the Constantinople in Rome obliterated her work in the 11th century. So 11. I did say that. 11, 411. Her poetry was publicly burned because the church leaders were scandalized by her erotic nature and that the author was a woman. In ancient Greece, a woman's love for another woman was considered natural, and Sappho's love for the female form became legendary. It is believed that she read her writing before groups of women, educated, elevating them as she performed her poetry about the goddess-like nature they all possessed. Um, so today, instead of exhausting ourselves with the unholy effort of comparing our own bodies to others, so this talks about not comparing each, like, and women have a habit of doing this, right? Women have a habit of wanting to look like that perfect female. Like, for instance, I call this the Barbie doll syndrome, where, we all want that perfect body. We all want that perfect, we want to be 100 years old and look like we're teenagers, right? And therefore we compare ourselves to other females because that's how society teaches us. Have you ever, now, this is what I mean. For instance, no, I'm not bashing anybody in any way, shape, or form here, but let's take the um, Victoria's Secret females, right? Where do you ever find a model who is not a skeleton type form, right? If you go and model, do you ever see a fluffy one? Do you ever see one who has a little bit of a belly and a butt and, has a big set of boobs? No, you don't. You find the stick ones. You find the one who has no shapes. And then you got the women out here who like the lingerie that the Victoria models like to model. And then they want to look like that model. So, because that's what they feel men want within a woman. That's how we're socially shaped. I myself, I used to be like that back in my day, but then again, back in the day, I did have the perfect body. Um, it's still not bad for my age. But the point is that you should not compare your outer beauty to anybody else, because you know what? A true person is going to look in your eyes and see the beauty within, because your outer body is just a vessel that your soul rides in. So there's no use in trying to be jealous or envious or compare yourself to another woman when it comes to how she looks. You can be the most beautiful person on the outside, have the perfect bottle, have the perfect teeth, have the perfect this, the perfect that, and still be ugly on the inside. Um, because it's at what you are on the inside is what you radiate on the outside, and people are going to see that. So I feel like that's the message for today for the element of earth, right? You should not have to compare yourself to what you feel men like, because men like all shapes and sizes. You might be a beanpole and be lonely because men don't find attractive, or you may be fluffy and men are attracted to fluffier women. Men are attracted to what they are attracted to. Of course, the cells with the Victorian God, the Victoria's Secrets and this and that. Of course they sell because sex sells. But in all actuality, men like all shapes and forms of women. It's like a natural essence, as within, so without. All right. Somebody needs to hear that today. Um, Let me go back to my page here so I can finish reading what I was reading. So it doesn't matter what you look like on the outside, it's what's on the inside. And instead of comparing ourselves to other women, what we should do is be lifting each other up. We shouldn't be secretly envious of another person because of how they look or what their gifts are or what their talents are, right? We should be grouping together to lift women up, lift each other up as humans, right? Who cares what they look like? So, instead of exhausting ourselves with the unholy efforts of comparing our own bodies to others or of competing for resources that are actually unlimited, this beautiful goddess urges us to do the most revolutionary thing we could ever do: love ourselves, our sisters, fiercely. Exactly. We can't recover Sappho's lost poems, but we can reclaim the enduring spirit she left us. We can become her poetry. We can reveal in the pleasure we are capable of feeling, and we can love unapologetically with the full spectrum of our emotional range and from the fathomless depths of our hearts. Lift up a woman in your life. Help her reach a dream she's been incubating. Take time to indulge with the lady loves of your life. Go to a spa, make a dip together, go skinny dipping, or just do something outrageous that celebrates the fact that you love each other. Sappho is about the power of loving every inch of a female form. Spend a day flooding your thoughts with positive affirmations about your body or a woman's body. Take a long bath with red rose petals. Do something nourishing with that acknowledges your love for the fact that you are a woman, or for the radiant woman who constellate your life. So I feel like I'm speaking earth females. Or if you're a male, it's about learning to love the divine feminine side of who you are. It's about being authentic. She's got that book there with poems, with writings on it. Why? Because you are mirroring the light to your other person when you love yourself, right? When you love yourself and you appreciate who you are, right? We have Joan of Arc, the word of light. I've still like faith in myself. The armor me with conviction. So something about your word and how they bring light to the other people. We have Mary Magdalene. Now, if you know anything about Mary Magdalene, she was persecuted, right? She was persecuted. She had a lot of fingers pointed at her. They shamed her. They tried to ruin her reputation as a divine woman, right? So it's about finding all the missing, broken pieces of who you are and gathering them all up and surrounding yourself like this light energy with the truth of who you are. We're all, doesn't matter if you're a male or female, you have the capability to honor the feminine side of who you are. If you're a female, you need to stop comparing yourself to other people. Stop looking and looking at these stick figures that on TV because sex sells and saying that's what a man wants. No, that's not what a man wants. A man wants somebody who's authentic, somebody who's authentic, somebody who is secure within themselves, somebody who appreciates and values their body, somebody who has self respect, somebody who has healthy self esteem. That's what men want. And if you are attracting karmic partners who do not value you, who do not appreciate you, you really need to look within yourself, see what the issue is, because as within, so without, because you're mirroring. Whenever you're in that energy, you are attracting, like attracts like, all right? So, yeah, so there could be, with her in red, there could be some sort of insecurity. Some of you, like I said, maybe you are a songwriter. Maybe you write lyrics. Maybe you write poems. Maybe this is something you need to do, or maybe this is something you need to work on. Maybe this is how you can express your inner goddess, is through poetry or through music, something along them lines. All right. So what chakra, Sapo, do you want the Earth Collective to work on today, please and thank you? For the element of Earth, can I have one card, please? Not a dozen, not two, just one card, please and thank you. So 411, there's definitely some sort of information coming in. You could be getting a text, a phone call, or a visit from somebody that you are attracting in your way, somebody who sees you as the perfect woman, right? Somebody who loves themselves. Some, they may even, doesn't matter what flaws you have, you're going to be loved for who you are. Stand in that power of authenticity. When you stand in the power of saying, you know what, this is me, this is all of me. No, I'm not perfect. I understand that, but nobody is. And, it's like standing that, because as within, so without. So this is the card that's sticking out here. Time machine. What did I say about somebody coming in? So somebody from your past could be coming in. We have the energy 3 here. 3 talks about authenticity. The time machine talks about time, right? Divine time, it talks about past, present, and future. Some of us could be jump timelines, as well as something else. And again, yeah, smoke and mirrors. So smoke and mirrors talks about mirroring that energy out into your reality, right? And we did get that. So this talks about something that is clouded. I don't know why, but I'm seeing 11 on that card. Um, could represent queen as well, is something else that I'm getting. Um, but this talks about what is being reflected back to you. How are you viewing what is being reflected back to you? Is it clouded? Is it smoky? Or is it authentic? I also feel to be aware of projections, because you may have somebody of the same sex, whether male or female, who is very envious or jealous of your beauty. So be aware of that as well, because that projection may be clouding something that you need to see more clearly. A butterfly. I also see some stars on here. So time machine. It is a root chakra card as well. This is a root chakra card. And I did say that lady wearing red. Money, family, inherited traits, survival, primal instinct, security, stability, and the material world. So inherited traits, right? You inherited some traits from an ancestor that is like a natural, like your natural beauty. Do you see me wearing any makeup? No. Do I wear makeup? Yeah, occasionally. But this is somebody who's a natural beauty, that you inherited natural um, traits from your ancestors, right? Especially with the time machine card coming out. And you need to be secure within yourself, right? Definitely family inherited traits coming through here. So inherited patterns, conditioning, lessons already learned, cellular memory, honoring the past without being trapped there. We rely on stories we inherit from our ancestors, our family, our culture, and the world around us to construct a map of our reality. What did I say about the sex sells, like for the Victoria's Secrets and all the lingerie models, or if I don't care what kind of a commercial it is on television, if they you don't see fluffy women, you really don't. Occasionally they're starting to come out with it a little bit more, but mostly you don't find fluffy women. You find the freaking bean poles, because sex sells. This is an inherited trait that we as women want. We want to be the perfect person, because in our heads, right? In our heads, we think that's what men want. And that is far from the truth, ladies. I feel like I'm speaking to a lot of insecure females who are very jealous, very comparison, very competitive, very envious of how another woman looks, or how and that is just so bad. That is so bad. So I feel like that's the message today. Don't compare yourself to what you think men want. That is an inherited trait that we have within us, that we have carried through our family lineage. We think that men want them Barbie dolls, but in all actuality, no, they don't. No, they don't. Just like women like a variety of men, men like a variety of women. Of course, yeah, we all have our preferences. Like, for instance, I like blondes, blue eyes. I'm partial to blonde haired men with blue eyes. But if I find me a man who will love me for who I am, the hair color and the eye color really does not matter. All right. Just to let you know. As we develop new stories, we build on these old foundations, repair them when we can, or tear them down to begin again. And I feel like that's what's happening. We are tearing down them old structures of this is what a woman should look like, or this is what I feel men will want out of me, or what I feel um, women men want in a woman. No, what a man wants the same thing a woman wants. Somebody who's authentic, somebody who has healthy self-esteem, somebody who is not jealous, somebody who's not comparative. And I find it annoying to find men who are very jealous of, like, because I feel if you're jealous of somebody else, there's something within thyself needs to be healed. All right. I learned that. That was something I had to learn and work through. The best and most powerful traits and experiences of your ancestors are yours to integrate into your life so you don't have to revisit their hardships or rectify their mistakes. You have a magical map with to navigate your current situation. Look to the past for answers now. Ask yourself, if in this situation, what can I learn from those who came before me? What traits can I emulate in order to move through the challenge in wisdom? How can I build on what I already know and integrate the understanding? What might I do differently? Sometimes you walk blindly into traps set in the past. Perhaps you couldn't see that you were repeating a pattern until you were well in it. The best course of action here is rest, practice self compassion, and make a conscious choice to do something differently next time. Clarity will come. Remember that if you do what you always do, you get what you always got. History repeats itself only if you allow it. Most important thing is that you are becoming aware. You can make a different choice regarding how you respond to life right now. Yes, things can be uncomfortable as old hurts are revealed and new solutions are attempted. The time is ripe for change, so keep going. Every step is important. Allies will rally, but in the end, you are the one you've been searching for. Exactly. You have been the one you've been searching for. So, again, happiness starts from within. When you're happy with how you look, when you're happy with who you are, when you have healthy self esteem, healthy self respect for self, it it emanates outside of you. One day you will remember how your beautiful new story was just around the corner. So that is what you need to know. That's the 411 for the element of earth today, is stop comparing yourself to other people. You are unique for a reason. And men are going to love what's inside of you, not the body, not the vessel that the soul is carrying on. So it's about being in this time machine, right? It's about looking in the past, seeing what repetitive patterns that you've had, right? And look now in the present and see how you've changed or how you've grown, and then look to the future and say, okay, I recognize the pattern. This is what I'm going to do to change it. And this is how I'm going to forward. Three does talk about authenticity. And this card added up to 11. So that talks about the 311 or 411. The 411, this is the information that's coming in. What is, you're not seeing something clearly that is being mirrored back to you. 999. So you could be seeing 999. You could be seeing 411, 4101, 333, 1010, 1011. So what does the earth signs need to let go of today? What does the earth signs need to let go of today for their daily message? Surrender to spirit. Once you've done everything you can to achieve a goal, turn a situation over to the divine and let spirit work its magic for you. Stop overthinking about a situation. Stop obsessing about how you look. Stop obsessing and comparing yourself to other people. They want you to surrender to your soul's path. Your journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace every lesson in every moment. And that's what Spirit is telling you. That's what this goddess is telling you. Time to embrace every lesson that you have learned from the past, because you've already learned that lesson. Now it's time to embrace this very moment, this very time of who you are, of your authenticity, of yourself in this current circumstances. All right. What are the crows warning the element of earth about? Some of you, you are definitely being guided by the divine. Some of you are very spiritual. Some of you are empath. Some of you are empath. You may need to ground your energy, psychic, medium. Maybe you have a connection to the spirit worlds. And it's maybe time to embrace that, right? But letting go with the cloudiness of, well, I'm not good enough, or I can't do this, because you can, our signs, you can and you will. Okay. Think about it. You can and you will. 999 cycles are completing. Darkness is finally, like, you're at the end of a very dark period, a dark night of a soul. You're at the end of a dark night of a soul. You are seeing the light, right? You're seeing the light of a situation. So stop obsessing, right? Because I'm bringing the clarity to you of how to solve the problem. So stop obsessing about how you look. Stop comparing yourself to other people, because you are a unicorn for a reason. Okay? You are a unicorn for a reason. All right. So what do the crows want to warn the element of earth about today for the 411? What do the crows want to earn? What? Earn something about earning something. What do the crows want to warn the element of earth about today? Please and thank you, Spirit. Can I have one card? One card, please, for the element of earth. Beautiful. You need to see something from a different perspective. What do you need to see something from a different perspective is the illusion that is being presented back to you when you look in that mirror. Okay? On the bottom of the deck, we have dominance. So there could be something being projected upon you. Maybe somebody nitpicking. See how you got that crow picking at the other feather? Nitpicking. There could be a lot of nitpicking going on between females who are obsessing about, their beauty, instead of working on their own insecurities. Whoever this is, Spirit is telling you you're protected. You need to protect your energy. And only say yes if you feel it's worth the risk, right? So this represents the Hanged Man card. So definitely seeing something from a different perspective. What is it that you need to sacrifice or let go of? Well, what you need to let go of is um, the lesson, because you already learned that lesson, and learn how to stay in the present moment by seeing yourself as different, seeing yourself from a different perspective of how you have learned this lesson, and who is, because that's a strong projection here. Somebody is so jealous because you're so authentic, because of who you are and the talents that you have here. Somebody is projecting, trying to cloud what you're seeing within yourself. But I feel like whoever I'm talking to, you have the power to allow spirit to perfectly line your journey up for you now, because the lesson has been learned. 999 here, our signs. All right. So let's get a little bit more. Let's talk about the Hanged Man, please, and thank you for the element of earth. Look at this right on the top, Empress. Hello, Divine Feminine. 7 of area. Where you put your time, your energy, and focus is what's going to grow here, is what Spirit is telling you. You've invested wisely. You've invested wisely as clearing out the smoke of how you are viewing yourself, clearing out the lessons of anger, envy, jealousy. Now you need to sit and make a plan on your journey as to where you want to go to. So, yes, I feel like whoever I'm talking to, you heeded the warning that the crows have given you about seeing something differently within thyself. You are the Empress, you are the Divine Feminine, you are this goddess. You are very empathic, you're very psychic, you're intuitive. You embody all four of the queens, such as the Queen of Wands, somebody who's very attractive, somebody who has a attractive outside, attractive inside, somebody who knows what they want, somebody who has taken the action to heal the wounds. You are the divine, or you are the Queen of Swords, somebody who's very truthful, somebody who's very authentic, somebody who has great insight, somebody who connects with their higher self. You are that Queen of Cups, somebody who wears their heart on their sleeve, somebody who is very psychic, very intuitive, somebody who embodies being in the flow of the divine. You are the Queen of Pentacles, somebody who is very grounded, somebody who's very earthly, somebody who is very wise, somebody who, is good with, good with animals, somebody who's good with, like very balanced, very generous energy. We have 3-3 coming through here. 10, 9, 19 significant. We got 10, 10 coming through here. 10 of Gabriel. You have been through it all, right? The 10 of Gabriel is the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands, somebody who carries heavy burdens of trying to please other people, searching for happiness outside of their self, and carrying burdens. And I feel like you've been carrying these heavy burdens, but today the 411 is it's time to lay them burdens down. It's time to embrace your own unicorn, your inner uniqueness. Some of these burdens are not yours to carry. Somebody could be projecting upon you. We have the Hierophant card coming through here. So Venus in Taurus is very significant. It's in reverse, right? You are, this is somebody who likes to search outside of their self for the truth. This is somebody who, that structure, that old paradigm about your soul's journey, about spirit, is crumbling. There's somebody who, I don't know why. I mean, the Hierophant can go for your money, right? That Queen of Pentacles, somebody who may be unbalanced when it comes to finances. This also could represent, you know, um, a religious structure, a spiritual structure that you have been walking on is now crumbling, allowing you to see something more clearly. That was a burp. I apologize for that. So I do see 8, 8. A 3 and a 5 is an 8, and a 7 and a 10 adds up to an 8. Somebody who has a healthy self-esteem. Somebody is getting a wish granted. Somebody who knows that happiness starts within thyself and knows how to stay loyal to their journey. There's a dog on this card. So dogs are very loyal animals. You're realizing you don't need a master. You don't need to be uh you don't need a master. You don't need somebody's outward advice to tell you how to feel. In other words, you don't need to people please. You don't need somebody else's opinion to matter. Because you may have somebody around you who thinks that, okay, well, this is the wise advice that I want to give you, right? And they could be trying to cloud your judgment with their advice. But here you are realizing that you are everything you need. You don't need somebody else's opinions. You don't need somebody else's burdens, right? And I feel like with the time machine card and plans for your next endeavor, you are making progress, because where you put your time, your energy, and focus is growing, is what spirit wants to tell you. So your people pleasing energy has dissipated. It's like you don't need someone else's opinion to matter here. You are very connected to the angels. You are very connected to your spirit guides. You're very connected to spirit. You don't need a religious structure to go and kneel down and pray. Right? There could be some people here in this religious structure who need to see something from a different perspective. Maybe they're comparing your journey to theirs, right? So I do see a 9 coming through here. So 999 is very significant. 88 is very significant. Um, that is what I see for you. And that's what you need to see from a different perspective. That you are definitely manifesting a wish, a dream. You are manifesting something that you've put in the work for. You've been patient, you've invested wisely, and now that whatever work that you put into a situation is coming true. But you do have some people around you who like are trying to cloud your judgment, cloud what is being mirrored back to you. Why? Because you're authentic. They're nitpicking at you and trying to dominate you. And this could be women comparing themselves to you, you know, obsessing. Yeah, negative. Look, obsessive thinking and negative thinking. Trying to maybe attach themselves to you so that they can sabotage it. So be aware of that because it's like the deadly kiss here. I'm getting Scorpio energy, a true friend or a deadly warrior. And I feel like this is the deadly warrior coming through here who is sending you negative thoughts, negative thinking, obsessing, right? Obsessing, pairing. They're very jealous of your beauty. They're very jealous of your natural instincts. They're very jealous of your connection to spirit. They're very jealous of your path. Well, we all have choices, right? So let's take a look at the bottom deck. Yep, they're trying to attach something to you. And it's like this choice, right? We have a choice. We all have a choice to make. This could be somebody who wants to come in and partner with you. So be aware of your choices today because this person is working on demon time. This also talks about maybe somebody is detoxing some sort of a dark energy, some sort of a codependent energy, some sort of an addicting energy that maybe they were refusing to address when it comes to root chakra, a rooted issue of not feeling secure, of, you know, somebody may be trying to block somebody's money as well. So I feel like this is what you're doing. You're releasing yourself from these past instances because you've already made the decision to let it go. Now you've handed everything over to the divine because there's nothing else that you can do. You've embraced the lesson. You already learned your lesson. And now it's time to move on. Great. There is progress, right? There is progress here. You've invested your time and energy wisely. This is somebody who went at it alone. All right. All right. So let's go ahead and pull a Light Keeper's card to close this reading out for the element of Earth. That I could be talking to Capricorn, or somebody has Capricorn in their chart. Oh, look at this, Odin. So we're talking Freya Day, right? Freya and Odin are twin flames. You are on a twin flame journey to gather up all the broken pieces of yourself and put yourself back into a state of wholeness. By what? Trusting your psychic insight. Somebody is very psychic here. Your third eye is open. You see the truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. Yeah, because you are definitely connected to spirit. And you are learning to see everything that you have went through has caused you to grow, right? These were all part of your growing pains. So stop obsessing, stop overthinking, right? This is a repetitive pattern or habit that you have. You need to detox that. It also talks about two people coming together and sharing the same vision. Somebody who's, again, very psychic. Some maybe working some sort of magic through another person, clearing out the cloudiness. Let's take a look at the bottom of the deck. Up, Mercury. There's the 411. Communication is coming, guys. Mercury, information. Get it weight off your chest. Speak up with love and be heard. So Mercury, and then he's holding the caduceus. Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo. So I could be talking to a Capricorn and a Virgo specifically. So don't worry, right? Just surrender that worry over to the divine. And allow the divine to work magic for you, through you, and all around you. Because the divine is going to lighten your load. Okay. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, and there's the Taurus. Virgo, Mercury, Capricorn, and Taurus. This is definitely for you, Earth signs. Absolutely. So I feel the main message is to trust your intuition today. Trust the messages that come through intuition today. See something from a different perspective when it comes to dogma. Allow spirit to work their magic to let go of this heavy load that you've been carrying. Because the divine is saying you've been heard. Look, you've definitely been heard because divine intervention is happening. And then we have the Joan of Arc coming through the second time. Mother Mary, let go of the need to be right. Choose peace. Mother healing is possible this time. So yeah, definitely a wound being healed here. Somebody's mother or grandmother could be coming through the spirit realm. Great grandmother. Somebody could be energy harvesting as well. This right here. All right, that's your message. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Have a great day.